In October 2015, Turkey saw the worst terrorist attack in its modern history, with over 100 people estimated killed. In the days following the attack, mass protests erupted against the Turkish government, and in particular, President Recep Erdogan. And while he may not have been responsible, he has been widely criticized for increasing authoritarian measures. Some have even called him a dictator. So, how has Turkey changed under Erdogan? Well, the leader has been in power within the Turkish government since being elected prime minister in 2003. His Islamist conservative political background had many opponents worried that he may violate Turkey's constitutional secularity. However, the majority of his rule has been a combination of effective economic and foreign policy, along with government scandal, corruption, and censorship. From 2003 to 2014, Erdogan negotiated for Turkey's inclusion into the European Union and helped pull the country out of an economic crash in the early 2000s. He also heavily invested in infrastructure, particularly focusing on transportation. He even attempted to negotiate a peace settlement with the Kurdish population, which has long fought for independence. However, fighting resumed again in 2004, with few breaks in the time since. Turkey's economic health gradually improved, from a GDP of about $300 billion in 2003 to $800 billion in 2014. However, the unemployment rate slightly increased, and child poverty in the country rose to include nearly 2/3 of Turkish children. But Erdogan's biggest criticisms have not been economic. 2013 saw protests against government corruption and bribery, in which Erdogan himself was incriminated in a recording, telling his son to hide financial evidence. The Turkish government blocked Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, among other sites. Although some restrictions have been lifted, Turkey's reputation as one of the most censored countries continues. In 2012 and 2013, it ranked as the worst jailer of journalists in the world. While the bribery scandal saw many from Erdogan's party arrested, including close colleagues, the prime minister enacted major reforms on the judicial branch. Many have pointed to this as an attempt to discredit the judicial authority that would have judged him. Further scandals, most recently in 2014, included accusations that the Turkish government was supplying Syrian rebels with weapons during the Syrian civil war. This was after trucks, which were listed as carrying humanitarian aid, were discovered to have been filled with mortars, shells, and bullets. Still, in 2014, Erdogan was elected president with 52% of the vote. That year, US Vice President Joe Biden accused Turkey and other countries of financially supporting ISIS, for which he later apologized. And although Turkey did start to fight ISIS in 2015, it was discovered that there were direct relations between Turkish officials and ISIS members. While Erdogan has done considerable good for Turkey, his rule has been marred by unethical and corrupt behavior. It's clear that Turkey's stance on the world stage has slowly been slipping, with EU membership in increasing uncertainty. But as President Erdogan's legacy gets dirtier and dirtier, there's no question that it'll have a profound effect on Turkey's legacy too. Besides the issue of Turkish officials being connected to ISIS, there's also rising concerns that the terrorist group might try to take over Turkey. Watch this video to learn more.
The most recent video is mostly relevant because it comes as a response to Turkey's actions against ISIS. After ISIS bombed the Turkish city of Suruç, Turkish forces launched a broad campaign against terrorism. In recent years, Turkey has done very little to address ISIS's actions along the border, despite a number of attacks.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for new videos every day.